G'day, Alex here from Tactical Arbitrage, and in this next video in the settings series, we're sticking with the searching category and the search filters subcategory. We're going to have a look at exclusions. Now, exclusions, of course, means when you're doing a search, there's certain products and categories that you simply don't want to see results for. There's nothing more heart-wrenching than seeing a product that you are not ungated in with a great return on investment that you know somebody else can sell, but you unfortunately, as of this moment, cannot. So let's have a look here. In the search categories, you may, for example, not be ungated for, let's say, clothing, shoes, and jewelry. So if I was to select clothing, shoes, and jewelry, and then a nice pair of shoes comes along with an 80% return on investment, the software will intelligently elect to save you the pain and not show you that item. And add brand to exclude, that's another one. Let's say, for example, you are unable to sell ASICs, New Balance, let's say Lego, for example. This is the place where you will add these brands manually to exclude. Now, if you've already watched the View Data series of video, you'll know that there's a button right next to the brands in the brand column, which is boldly marked with exclude, and you can also use that button, which will add brands to this page as well. There's a little show and hide where you can see the items that you have already added. And you'll notice here that I've added Lego as a bit of a test example. I also want to put a caveat in there, and I said this as well during the View Data series. Be careful when excluding entire brands, because let's say, for example, I put in here Funko. And I add this one here as well, and so now we can't we won't get shown any of these Funko toys as well. However, you might find though that if I was to still look at all the Funko toys, even if I'm generally restricted, there may still be some ASINs in amongst them that are in fact not locked for me to sell. Now, of course, there's certain things in here that I would put, such as maybe Lush USA, which historically hasn't been a really smart one to sell, due to the fact that they're quite heavy with trying to litigate people who sell their items. So that might be one that I want to put in there as a blanket rule, just to not see. New Balance, as a rule, nobody can sell. And there's some that are just kind of no-brainers to add in there to exclude in general from your results. Others, however, remain kind of ambiguous. As ASIN to ASIN they can differ, like I mentioned, and so you might want to take them into account accordingly. Reverse search domains. So this is when you are doing a reverse search and it's reaching back towards all of our domains to try and find items that may exist in our database with a profitable ROI. This is where you can say, look, I'm not allowed to sell on ThinkGeek, for example. That might be one of the ones. So we go, we go ThinkGeek. And you say, well, ThinkGeek banned me, for example, and they are a little prone to doing that. It can, once they've flagged you, it's difficult to get back in ThinkGeek's good graces. So you may say, don't bother showing me anything from ThinkGeek. eBay is another one which I say it's possibly wise for you to remove from your reverse searches. And then over time, you may want to add one or two more to that. But let's say you've added a couple in there, then when you're running a reverse search, then any products that meet the criteria of an eBay.com source, a source product to purchase from, it will eliminate that from your results. And it would be the same for ThinkGeek in this particular case. Alright, so that is our exclusions and how we can exclude categories, brands, and particular domains during reverse search. And that's all there is to this video. In the next video, I'll discuss this rank filter section. Cheers.